Hey, what up, guys? Coming to you this morning with the January Fighter of the Month. We're going to talk about the top 5 fighters of the month in January. Like I said, I want to keep this rolling and keep it busy for everybody, so we can truly get a good perspective, a little bit more in detail about some of the guys that had a good month and shined in the month of January. So we start with number 5, and that is Joe Smith Jr. for his 10-round unanimous decision over Jesse Hart. This fight took place on January 11th on ESPN. It was the main event of that card. It was basically Jesse Hart, who is number 10 at light heavyweight. It was a very talented division. He was coming in the favorite against Joe Smith, who tough fighter who can hit hard and knocked out Bernard Hopkins years ago, but hasn't really done much since. He challenged for the world title for the first time last year, got beat by Dimitri Bivol. So, not a lot of people thought he was going to win, myself included, and he went out there and just, pounded on Jesse Hart. He just, his power was just too much. He went in there and just kept pounding on him. Hart was able to withstand it for all 10 rounds, but he went down and he just got beat up in that fight. So, big win right there for Joe Smith Jr. as he puts his best foot forward in the light heavyweight division. He breaks back into the top 10 and put himself in line for possibly a showdown with Delito Alvarez, former champion, in his next fight. So, see what happens. So, nice win for Joe Smith right there. Number 4 on the month for January Fighter of the Month goes to Ilunga Makabu for his 12-round unanimous decision over Misael Cieslak, as Makabu captured the vacant WBC Cruiserweight Championship. That's 200 pounds. Makabu came in the favorite in this fight. This fight kind of got thrown together last minute for the vacant title. Everybody knew the fight was coming, but they weren't expecting it to happen so quick. It went to Makabu's country in Africa for the fight, and it just kind of happened, like I said, all at once. And Makabu went out there, 2 top 10 guys. I think I had Makabu number 5, and I had Cieslak at number 7. And Makabu got a tight, hard-fought 12-round unanimous decision and captured his first world title. This was a long road back into the title picture after he lost a vacant title fight when he got knocked out against Tony Bellew a few years ago. I think I was in 2016, and that was after he had put Bellew down in the first round, and he came in the favorite. And then he got knocked out, I believe, in the second round against Bellew. And, that cost him joining the World Boxing Super Series a year later, and Season 2 also, as he needed to have a long road back. 2018, he got a couple nice wins that put him in line, and then he went out in his home country and captured the vacant world title. So, congratulations to Makabu. That was a big win right there. It puts him solid in the top 5. You can argue him for the top 3 even, and it just makes him a real player with the title belt now. So congrats. Okay, number 3 on the month of January is Joseph Diaz Jr. for his hard-fought 12-round unanimous decision over Tevin Farmer, as he captured the IBF Super Featherweight Championship. That's 130 pounds. Heading into this fight, I guess a lot more people thought Diaz was an underdog than I did. I thought it was a pretty even fight, but when they announced it, even before they announced it, when it was just a rumor, I felt Diaz was the better fighter and he was going to win the fight. He's got a better resume, and he's beaten just more credible opponents. Farmer, for as talented as he is, he hasn't been in there with the talent that Diaz has. So I had Diaz at number 4 at 130, and I had Farmer at number 9. And, Farmer did hurt his hand in the first round, but Diaz just beat him to the punch, outworked him, and got a hard-fought 12-round unanimous decision. He won 7 rounds of 5 on 2 cards, and he won 8 rounds of 4 on the other. And he walked away with the world championship, with his first world title. So congrats to Joseph Diaz on that win. We're going to see if it's legit or not, as he's likely going to face Farmer in a rematch later in the year, there was a rematch clause in the contract. But big-time win for Joseph Diaz, capturing his first world title. All right, number 2 on the month goes to Marajan Akhmadaliev, who captured the unified WBA and IBF Super Bantamweight Championship. That's 122 pounds, when he scored a hard-fought 12-round split decision over Daniel Roman. Akhmadaliev was waiting around for his mandatory shot for a while. He had the fight get postponed back in September, so these two guys were finally locking horns, and he was trying to capture a world title. He was only 7-0 coming into the fight, so a lot of people, myself included, thought Daniel Roman was just too seasoned as a veteran and was going to outwork him. And it was a good fight, back and forth, but Muradjan just put the pressure on and was able to pull out a hard-fought split decision to become the new world champion. So big-time win. It was a big upset, even though, you know, that's the 122-pound super bantamweight division isn't a glamour division. It's not a very popular division, but I had Roman at number 1. At the very worst, you could argue Roman for 2 or 3. So this was a big win for a guy that wasn't even ranked in the top 10 right here for me. So big-time win for Akhmadaliev as he becomes the new world champion. And now the January Fighter of the Month. This award finishing number 1. This one goes to the new unified WBA and IBF Super Welterweight Champion of the world. That's 154 pounds. Jason Rosario, who came in and scored a monster upset when he scored a 5th-round TKO victory over Julian J. Rock Williams to capture the 154-pound title belts. There was 2 of them. Rosario just came in like a beast and landed big shots on J. Rock from the onset. And J. Rock, you know, it looked like he was overlooking him as he was trying to just take a tune-up bout ahead of other big looming fights like Charlo and a rematch with Jarrett Hurd. And Rosario came in, like I said, a big underdog and wasn't having any of it. He went right after Williams, hit him with some good hard shots, and in the 5th round hurt him badly and jumped on him, and the referee stopped the fight. So it was a big-time win right there for Rosario. Big upset as he captures the 2 world titles and becomes the new unified champion. J-Rock says he has a rematch clause in a contract, so we might be seeing this again, but that was a big-time win. Congratulations to Rosario. We'll see what he does next. All right, guys, that's it for the January Fighter of the Month. Hope you enjoyed this. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.